This would be one of the most famous streets in all of the world, and one of the busiest too. Let me give you some numbers. In the 40 years of Coronation Street, there have been 25 births and 82 deaths and 51 marriages, and behind the bar of the Rovers return no fewer than 32 barmaids. And in its lifetime, images of Weatherfield have beamed into homes in over 25 countries, creating an enormous fan base. I first began watching at the age of 5 and have been a devoted follower ever since, along with plenty of other Kiwis. Of course, over the years, many have been a little coy of their love of the street, but the reality is we have always loved it. It came to life on British regional television on the 9th of December 1960 and reached down under long overdue in 1964.
On this day in 1964, Coronation Street screened for the first time on New Zealand television.
You know, I had 3 doctors around me this afternoon, and one of them was as black as the chimbley bag. Oh, he was clean, you could tell his face shone like leading. The food's terrible.
It originally screened only once a week on a Tuesday, but within 3 years was up to twice a week.
Elsie! I can remember when this place was like a what? Well, shabby, shall we say? Well, it's not shabby now.
After 35 years on our screens, Coronation Street has become our longest-running drama. One journalist summed up how many people still feel about it. He wrote, "There was life before Coronation Street, but it didn't add up to much."
Basically, right since the beginning when it started in New Zealand, Coronation Street has been a mainstay of the New Zealand television schedule. It's just a huge hit on TV1, always is in the top 10. No matter how much we put on air, I mean, we've got a Coronation Street catch-up running at the minute, and it seems that Kiwis can't get enough.
Our passion for the street is reflected in the abundance of attention it receives from the media.
Coronation Street.
Coronation Street.
Coronation Street.
Coronation Street today.
Coronation Street.
Coronation Street and mega soap Coronation Street are in New Zealand.
Of all time, Coronation Street, if you're not up with the
The cobbled street in Weatherfield and those that live on it have always been big news, especially when we're to be graced by the presence of a star. In the telethon days, you could virtually guarantee that at least one of the cast would make the journey halfway around the world to our fair shores.
We know it goes on for 24 hours, and we know that all of New Zealand takes part in it.
I think one of the things that impressed me is all the small amounts of money that's added.
It was during one of our humble telethons that a couple of overseas stars made a rather strong union, but it was very big news when that union ultimately faltered.
They met on telethon, holidayed in Arrowtown, and married in Hollywood. But now the marriage of Chris Quinton and Lisa Gibbons has ended after less than 18 months, with Lisa filing for divorce.
It seemed an unlikely pairing, but a tailor-made script. Forget their actors, this was glamorous megastar meets the street's mechanic, Brian Tilsley. The couple planned a US life, and their daughter Jordan was born 5 months ago. But the spark that ignited here in the Christchurch Town Hall has clearly gone. Lisa's agent has confirmed that she's filing for divorce.
So probably not too many tears over that particular incident, but the sorrow is genuine when one of our Coronation Street icons does pass away, and the nation must be informed.
Another face of our youth is dead. Doris Speed died. Annie Walker died. One of the Coronation Street originals was Doris Speed, the imperious, judgmental, socially conscious landlady for 100 years.
Oh, surely not.
Coronation Street has lost another star. Actor Brian Mosley, who played shopkeeper Alf Roberts, has died.
Alf started out on the street as a post office sorter. In 1973, he became mayor of Weatherfield.
Is he? Yes, who's in it besides me?
Oh, well, you're not in first for Mrs. Sharples. You're in number 3.
Audrey, his television wife for 13 years.
I mean, I used to shout at him like a real wife offset as he was a lovely man. I was proud to be his kind of partner on screen.
Marking the passing of an esteemed actor is understandable, but we go further, the departure of a beloved character on the street. That's big news too.
The landlady at the Rovers' return, Bet Gilroy, has made her final appearance. Actress Julie Goodyear, who played Bet, has been with Coronation Street for 25 years.
She stuck the face rotten.
Since that first appearance, Julie Goodyear's Bet Lynch has welcomed some of the most unlikely customers to the Rovers' return, from royalty to prime ministers. But this morning, Britons saw her pull her last pint at the Rovers.
Single women, they always go where there's sunshine.
Did they find it?
Ah, well, can't answer that one, love.
Oh, they do, you know. They all find it sooner or later.
Also big news was Deirdre's incarceration for fraud, a time when the line between fact and fiction became rather blurred.
Coronation Street fans here are now witnessing Deirdre Rashid beginning her 18-month prison term after being set up by a bounder. Although it's 6 months since the scenes aired in Britain, fans of the show here are still trying to free her.
How's she going to handle this time in prison? First time in prison?
Well, 2 or 3 people came to me in the bar and they said, "You got to do something about this."
I don't believe it's true.
I think she's a very nice person and doesn't deserve what she's getting at the moment.
The call to save Deirdre has come from as high as the British Prime Minister. Coronation Street fans here are disappointed the story's got out.
I'm very disappointed. I wish it never been let out first.
The petition will be sent to both Granada Television and the British Prime Minister.
I didn't do any of it.
If Deirdre's guilty of these preposterous allegations, then I'm a banana.
I think we can all agree that Deirdre didn't deserve the sentence she got, but I tell you what, Coronation Street fans in this country would have happily sent down the head of programming at TVNZ in 1995. Now that was a saga. Mike Latten cut 1/3 of on-screen time of Coronation Street. It was gone, and there was uproar. It was a Kiwi battler in Christchurch who spearheaded the ensuing protest. Reminded by his daughter that his ethos was not to take things lying down, Jeff Bennett decided to place a small advertisement in the Christchurch Press, appealing to other outraged fans.
So the gist of the advert was that, you know, those that are interested, would you be prepared to sign a petition to the effect that you will change from TV1 to TV3 as far as the newscast is concerned. Next morning we left for work about 7:30. There'd been no calls at this stage. And midway into town, we live about 30 minutes from town, the phone went from my office saying, "Jeff, have you got an advert in the press or something to do with Coronation Street?" I said, "I certainly have." And they said, "Well, you better get here quick because the phone's just going non-stop."
Gathering an unexpected momentum, the protest spanned several months, and ultimately a 20,000 signature petition was not something TVNZ could ignore.
Coronation Street fans have finally won over TVNZ. Director of Programs Mike Latten says the soap will be restored to an hour and a half a week.
It'll be prime time in a very suitable time, middle of the week.
7:30?
It sounds pretty good to me.
I think Mike, being an Australian, didn't actually understand the depth of the emotional connection that the New Zealand public had with Coronation Street. I mean, people here, programmers here at the time, did try to tell him, but he went ahead and did it anyway, and we all know what the results were. It was just amazing. It was a firestorm. But to do Mike credit, he did accept defeat with a very good grace.
Hi.
Mr. and Mrs. Bennett.
Very pleased to meet you.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
Mwah. Thrill.
Mike Latten was so apologetic, in fact, that the Bennetts enjoyed a trip to Coronation Street itself, courtesy of TVNZ.
What happened?
They
cut it back.
It was 3 half-hours a week we were getting it, and so they decided in their wisdom to reduce it to just one showing of 1 hour per week.
Wrong.
Naughty,
no.
Well, that's what we said. Many thousands of New Zealanders said the same. And
I know.
And so they changed their mind.
So what are you going to do with yourself now?
Just go back into obscurity.
We do, of course, share similarities with the old country, but the reality is that Coronation Street, Weatherfield, belongs to northern England, to the land of the low grey cloud. So you've got to ask yourself the question, how is it that half a world away we love it so much, in the land with wide vistas, where the sun shines, where there's more green than grime?
It's good writing.
It's the grain of sand theory, isn't it?
The grain of sand, yeah. You can tell the story. I mean, people talk about travelling the world to find out what it's all about. And it's all happening in your own street.
If you stay in your village, you know, it's a microcosm of the whole world. I guess that's what it's about.
I think the appeal is that you know where you are with Coronation Street. When all the world is falling apart all around you, you can put the TV on and there's Coronation Street. And all those characters that you've known for 30 or 40 years, and there they are. And just makes you feel that all's right with the world.
Oh, it's sheer the excellence of the work. I mean, it's the success of Coronation Street. It's related to its production values. They are the best in the business.
It's sort of
like what you get in a little Māori community, really. You could see that at the Moirewa settlement in the far north. Just a bunch of people, living very close together in a communal type situation. That they can hear each other's problems through the very thin walls. They feel, they feel the triumphs, the heartaches, and then they go and celebrate or commiserate down at the pub at the corner. It's just like any other Māori pa, really, except these are just a bunch of Pākehā people.
There's no doubt the key to the success is modern-day Shakespeare. I mean, the longevity of the program, I think it has wonderful actors pass through, but you never seem to see those main core actors in anything else.
I think Coronation Street is perceived as being the ultimate and dreary old hat, irrelevant to New Zealand life type soap opera. People who hate soap operas and the drama of daily life unfolding on the street do hate Coro, and I know they hate it with a passion, and genuinely so, but there are a lot of people who are just posing. They're in denial. They actually think that Coro's a pretty darn good program, but they won't admit it.
Why, heck, it's got a low back, hasn't it?
That's the front, Hilda.
What? I wonder you don't catch your death.
I don't feel cold, Petal. When I wear necklines like that, the temperature around me shoots up to near tropical. Am I right, Stan?
What you got to do with Stan?
Wouldn't you like to think that your husband was a normal red-blooded male, Hilda?
Oh, I'd like to think it, yeah. But in 30-odd years of marriage, I've never found no evidence of it.
It's really hard to pin the appeal down. I guess as a relatively recent fan, for me, it's strong storylines, great scripting, a lot of humour, wonderful characters. But I do wonder if perhaps because New Zealand does have an empathy with strong women, we were the first country to get the vote, and obviously we have strong women in public life, perhaps it's something to do with the fact that the street has always been really reliant on its strong women characters.
We are about to witness something not far removed from the gunfight at OK Corral.
Ooh, there's a word for people like you. You never have been able to keep a fella all to yourself, have you? So you get your own back by trying to pinch everybody else's. Well, I'll tell you one thing, madam, you're not having mine. Would you mind repeating that again? Shut up, you. Just repeat that again. I don't boil my cabbages twice. Not unless you're going deaf in your old age. I might be old, Mrs. Ogden, but I'm not that old I have to scrape the bottom of the barrel. And what do you mean by that? That I have to go chasing after great lumps of lard like your husband.
Does this happen often? Only every 3 days. It's the men's free-for-all on Sunday. Sort of local custom, you might say.
Now, ladies, as you know, in about 9 hours from now, it's leap year. And for once, it's every woman for herself. Now, as you know, in leap year, it's up to the woman to pop the question. So let's have a bit of organisation. Let's not all go after the same fella. If you've got a bloke in mind, register him, and we'll all try to help. Now, if 2 of you want the same fella, the matter goes into arbitration, OK?
It's amusing, isn't it?
Aren't you having a drink, Jack?
No. I won't have time. I'll be going straight out.
Yes, you will, won't you?
Hi, Carol.
Well, hello, Vince. Terrific to meet you.
And you're no flipping with it either.
No, but I will 10 minutes after I get you home. I'm Deirdre's mother. I've got something for you.
So for me?
Natalie? Yeah? Take your hands off me!
I think my all-time favourite, if I had to pick, would probably be Bet Lynch. I love Bet Lynch. I think I'm a bit like Bet Lynch. I wish I'd have got that role of Bet Lynch, actually.
I'm sorry I'm late, Mrs. Walker.
Good heavens! Oh, God.
That is a sensational dress, Bet.
I never knew you had any dresses like that, honey.
Bet, you've got it on back to front.
And then, of course, you got Elsie Tanner. I mean, she was the star of the show, Pat Phoenix. There's no doubt about it. She was the Joan Collins, probably, of the day in Dynasty. And she was very much the star of the show.
What have I got to come to terms with?
Oh, come on, Els. I mean, you got friends. Good job. You're still an attractive woman.
For a good liar, you're a lousy liar.
Yeah, well, you know, when you get yourself done
When
up...
I get myself done up, what? You know what I look like when I get done up, shall I tell you? Like a clapped-out old tart.
I like Fred Elliott. I just want to get in first with Fred. Yeah, I really like Fred. He's the kind of man mountain. He's got a lot of, you know, he's got his own atmosphere.
Oh, yes. The sky's the limit with speciality sausages. I bet you can't guess what won last year's speciality section in the national competition. Pork and banana. It's true, I'm not kidding. Pork and banana by an Irish butcher. Mind you, I am very partial to venison sausage, me. Strong flavour, wonderful texture. If God didn't want us to eat animals, why did he make them meat-flavoured? Meat-flavoured! Oh, it's a belter.
Sam likes, Linda.
I like her style, yeah.
Come on, let's get in.
The character, I think she does it so well. Again, like all of them, you know, but she has that, that certain rough girl appeal. Yeah.
Well, I hope he loves her, because nobody else does.
All around New Zealand, when Coronation Street screens, over 500,000 people tune in. For some fans, it's an entertaining show. For others, something of a religion. And for some, it's almost a national sport.
Well, I tend to equate it to a game of rugby, which to me contains all the elements of drama that Coronation Street does, but with one saving factor, the final whistle. And I think that's the basic argument against Coronation Street. Lots of blokes say to me, oh, I watched 5 minutes of it the other night, but it just goes on and on. Well, thank God it does.
And after decades of exposure, a certain amount of knowledge becomes second nature.
And now let's meet contestant number 2 with a very popular subject. Your subject, which is going to be dear to TV viewers all over the country, Coronation Street, the first 25 years. I myself had the pleasure of being photographed in front of the Rovers' return. 2 minutes on that ever-popular series starting from now.
While not every fan would claim to have encyclopedic knowledge of the ins and outs of Weatherfield, certainly alarm bells will ring if there's a chance they might not be able to tune in for their fix. Hamilton fireman Paul Single claims never to have missed an episode in 20 years.
That's good.
Thus his VCR was put to good use when Paul made a pilgrimage to the street. There he got to make a call from the phone box, but he was dead keen to get inside that pub.
I come out of the phone booth and I saw a builder coming out of a building. And I said, well, I've explained to him that I've come all the way from New Zealand. And he said, well, so what? To see the real Rovers. I said, well, could you sneak me in to show me the Rovers? And he said, look, mate, I'd lose my job. I said, look, come on. Come all the way from New Zealand. You know, New Zealand's a long way away. And I really want to get in behind the Rovers to get a shot to bring home to show this guy's at work, because I was told him I was a firefighter. So he said, all right, if you stop talking, I'll take you in there. So in we go. So we go inside into the studios, and honestly, the set was just, well, was really good. I was really pleased to see it. And it's exactly what I see on TV. And so I rushed behind the bar. So he took a couple of photos of me, pulling the pints. Then he said, right, let's get out of here. So out we went. Everybody has their own thing that they like in life, and I guess I'm sort of really probably hooked on watching Coronation Street.
Now, some of those hooked on Coronation Street are also hooked up to the net, and they gather together in the Coronation Street chat rooms and they swap information, and they organise get-togethers, things called pings. Now, they're called pings, P-I-N-G-S, because once upon a time somebody sent out a notice for a Coro Street Pint Fest, and there was a typo, so it came out Ping Fest. And because that's also the sound that a computer makes when you receive a message, the name stuck. And a ping is precisely what's going on in this lower hut house.
Yahoo! That's how we celebrate our Coronation Street Pings in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. This is Edith, the book lady, wishing you all a great time at your ping there in New Zealand.
The enormous variety of people that you meet via this channel never ceases to amaze me. And of course the sort of people you meet tends to derive from the plot lines that are currently running. At the moment we're getting a lot of young people in because of the Sarah Lou storyline. And we had a lot of young girls come in when Nick Platt was such a hunk. And a lot of transsexuals joined our group after the character Hayley arrived, and so on.
With the way we organised the ping, we've been able to organise so that we had the webcam up, and we've had people in Australia and Canada and the UK all watching us have our party and have our ping and questioned, and we had the message from Julie as well, who plays Hayley, which was really a surprise and lovely.
People of New Zealand, pingers of New Zealand, it's Julie here, otherwise known as Hayley.
For me, the internet's changed my life as a Coronation Street fan, because I'm able to actually go in. If I want to know of a storyline that's happening in England, I can go into the internet, I can check it up. It's like being able to go behind the scenes. Sometimes when I go down to Janelle's place, if her husband's not home or he's not on his computer, then Janelle will hop on her computer and go into the chat room, and I'll hop on her husband's computer, which is through the other side of the wall, and go into the chat room, and we'll sit there and we'll be busy laughing at each other through the wall because of what they're actually saying on the chat room, or we'll be holding totally separate conversation and discussing all sorts of things while we're actually talking to other people on the chat room as well.
I've got 250 hours a month, and I have come close a couple of times. Okay, I'm an addict.
Like all addictions, for me, they're cyclic. The addictions are cyclic. So be it sort of smoking cigarettes or, whatever, battling some sort of demon. Well, one of my demons is Coronation Street. So I'm on a cycle of Coronation Street at the moment. Come back in 2 years' time, I may not be watching it.
He'll be on his motorcycle.
Cora's on, and that's it. But any friends, people that know me just wouldn't even dream of ringing anyway when Coronation Street's on.
I don't think we ever sit down and discuss it, but if we're going to do something together on a Thursday night or a Monday night, turns out we do it after 8:30.
I can't miss more than 2 in a row. I can't.
I've got to be seated, the phone comes off the hook, my friends know it's no use ringing me at all, and it goes on when the credits roll at the end.
People expect me to be late anyway, but Coronation Street has often been the reason. My secret's out.
I always try and not do shows on the nights Coronation Street's on, because I think, one, I'm missing out, and two, it's sort of cutting down my audience, I mean, I don't know whether my audience watch Coronation Street, but I do. And so I think, yeah. But then again, weeks go by sometimes and you don't watch it, and you think, well, life does go on without it.
But then you watch it and you realise it doesn't. Life doesn't go on without Coronation Street.
For some, the arrival of the street meant a whole change of routine.
Coronation Street was the main topic of conversation at the office I worked at. Looking at it sounded so marvellous, and I didn't have a TV set, so I went out and bought one. And after the first episode, I was just hooked. Everyone wanted to be like Elsie Tanner, Oh, she had beautiful auburn hair, and she was never short of a fellow to buy her a drink at the Rogue's Return. And, I always wanted to be like Emily Nugent. But looking back, I think I was more like Scatterbrain Mavis.
I've always wanted to be stormy and passionate and tempestuous, but you can't be. It's not when you're born with a tidy mind. Oh, mean, moody and magnificent.
Magnificent is one way to describe the passion of Christchurch enthusiast Daniel Salisbury. He's a devoted viewer and an avid collector of Coronation Street magazine covers. At last count, he had over 800.
I find magazines all over the place. I go to church fairs here, I go to book fairs, I go to second-hand shops religiously, I scan the buy, sell and exchange and the trade and exchange, and I constantly look like that. I also obviously go around the newsagents that are current to get them. Well, when I first started watching it, my favourite character was Minnie Caldwell. I just loved the way she talked, and she just looked such a sweet old thing, and she goes, oh, Ina, oh dear. And then during the 80s, I had a crush on Sharon Gaskell. I thought she was fabulous. She had a very sexy, husky voice, and she had brown hair, and she was just great. One of Coronation Street's superb characters is Raquel as well, played by the brilliant actress Sarah Lancashire. So I like all of the covers with her on, and her fantastic story with her, Des and Curly. I don't think I've missed an episode for years and years and years. I don't think I'd be in a very good mood if I did. If I go out or anything, then I make sure I video it. And if it's a particularly important episode that I'm going to miss, I actually make sure I video it myself, and I get my mum to video it as well in case something goes wrong.
I sacrificed Coronation Street to go on a date, and by the end of the night I was kicking myself. It wasn't a pleasant experience, and I thought, why did I miss Coronation Street?
So as you can see, Coro devotees are as diverse a bunch as the characters on the street itself. But no roll call would be complete without a contribution from a four-legged fan showing his appreciation.
To win from Coronation Street and one.
So if I get a chance to watch it, I usually will have it to watch it, and because I turn it on and Bert starts off and he has a good old howl in the back and a sing, and just the titles and that sort of thing. Once the titles are finished, he loses interest in the programme.
Bonjour, Ken. Je m'appelle Raquel.
Excellent, excellent. That's very good. Really is good. Right, now, let's put a sentence together. I want you to say to me in French, hello, Ken. My name is Raquel. Isn't it a lovely day today? Okay?
Oh, clever. Well, here goes. Bonjour, Ken. Je m'appelle Raquel. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Oh, Ken. Isn't it important? Communication.
Clear territory that there's definitely a surreal quality to being here. And of course, for a lifetime fan like me, this is a dream come true. It's sort of the Mecca. I'm very excited. We're going to meet some of the cast and crew today as they prepare for their big 40th anniversary, their 40th celebrations on this wonderful street. What we're here to witness is the countdown of the final 40 days to the 40th anniversary. The day begins by honouring the lives of past stars. Britain's Heritage Foundation has installed commemorative plaques at Granada Studios, and a plethora of paparazzi have turned out for their unveiling. It's here that I get my first glimpse of those famous faces through the window. And who better to help with the unveiling than street creator Tony Warren himself?
She had huge acclaim at the BBC Manchester, but probably her greatest acclaim came here. The Prime Minister called her television's leading lady. Variety in America called her the second best known woman in England. Oh. I don't think Violet would have liked second best, first best.
As the stars make an appearance, there's something of a frenzy on the part of the press, and certainly the street's only remaining original cast member receives a lot of the limelight.
One here, Bill, please. Blue coat here, please. Mr. Roach.
I'm not blaming anybody in particular. I blame everybody. I blame myself. I know people don't always like the truth.
You're built up, you make me sick.
Yeah, the truth's hard to take. I wonder it turns your stomach.
Just watch it, mate. Just watch it. Chuck it, it's not worth it.
It was definitely written as a 13-week stopgap thing that was going to end. It went down well, they extended it, and here we are, 40 years on.
You have had masses of amounts of tragedy in your life.
Of tragedy?
Haven't you? Well, I mean, how many wives? How many girlfriends?
Well,
how much heartbreak?
23 girlfriends and 3 wives. Looks a bit careless, really, doesn't it? I mean, some people try and make out he's a bit of a romantic and a Lothario, but he is not. He's just absolutely hopeless. Like, hanging on to anybody. They either die on him or he loses them.
A large number of the cast are participating in the day's activities, possibly lured in with the promise of free wine. We thought we should chat to some before any liquor's consumed. What do you make of this? 40 years, so big, so successful.
It's amazing. I've watched it from day one, so I can remember the first episode that ever came out. Sitting with my grandmother as a 7-year-old watching this Coronation Street. And I knew then that one day I wanted to be in it.
And what a wonderful character, though.
He is. He's a great character. I'm just glad I'm nothing like him in real life. But yeah, he's a wonderful character to play. You can do anything with him. He can be evil. He can be loving. He can be awful. He can be maddening. He can be anything they want him to be. So that's the beauty of Les.
Amanda Barry, or Elma as we think of her, kindly escorts me inside where the corks are being popped to toast 40 years of brilliant drama. Why would a programme set in northern England be so successful on the other side of the world?
Well, maybe there's people there that can relate to it. Like even New Zealanders can relate to it.
Well, it's culture, love. Culture.
Yeah.
Harsh.
So we keep selling ourselves.
What are you laughing at? Thinks I'm joking. Oh, yeah.
I think it works in New Zealand and Australia and other far-flung corners of the empire is because it's a link with home for a lot of people. A lot of people that obviously have emigrated or have got parents or grandparents who live here or now live in New Zealand. And I think it's a link with home. It's like a moving postcard.
There's a sort of nostalgia in Coronation Street now. I think at the beginning it was sort of like realism, social realism, and about what was happening at the time. And now I think it's about a sort of lost sense of community and people looking after each other and people sort of... Now, I think in New Zealand there are still communities like that. I mean, certainly out in the sticks where we ended up at times, on South Island and so on, it's there. And I think it's sort of a little bit of a dying thing in England, so people watch it now sort of craving for that.
It changes all the time. It's kept its humour based. It's kept its caricature characters, which work a treat in a programme like Coronation Street, along with its real characters, if you know what I mean by that. You know, you get larger than life characters, you know,
like Fred Elliott,
your Jack and Veras mingled in with your real characters like myself, Mike Baldwin, you know, the people, and it's that happy mix and that happy blend, and of course fresh faces coming in all the time.
I don't know the secret. People say, what's the secret about it being so popular here? And frankly, my answer is, why do you want to know the secret? It is. People have come and gone in their thousands through, and it still remains popular here and in New Zealand and in Canada too.
What does it mean to you, the 40 years? What's it mean to you?
Gosh, it's
a long time. Lots of humour, lots of great storylines.
Yeah.
Wonderful people to work with.
Yeah. I'm just chuffed to be a part of it, really. I feel like I'm part of history here today. This is a great do as well, isn't it, with the free food and drink.
Your accent is not like Linda's accent. Am I picking up something?
No, I'm Scottish in real life. Yeah, so I pretend really to be Linda.
Can you believe it is 40 years?
No, how can I when I'm only 39? No. Actually, I've been in it, about 29 years, and I don't believe it. I don't. It's just gone so fast. It's been so marvellous. It's been a lot of fun. It's been the best job anybody could ask for. I feel really proud. I think, wow, what a wonderful thing to have been part of. When I see all those clips of Hilda and Stan, and it's just such a wonderful, warm programme, and hopefully in the next 40 years it will continue with that warmth that everybody loves.
With so much history and indeed culture associated with the show, how did newcomers cope? Were you a Coronation Street fan?
I was, yeah. I've grown up with Coronation Street. Yeah, part of the household, you know.
So you turn up on the street and there's all of these people you've grown up with and watched.
It's bonkers. It was horrible, actually. It was really intimidating. You walk into the green room and you know these people. You've seen them, 4 times a week in your living room for however many years, but you don't know what to say to them, and you're a little fish in a big pond, and it took like about 2 months before I felt at ease, really.
I'd not long been out of drama school, so I was kind of thinking, I'm a theatre actor. I'm not going to go into soaps. And now it's just the biggest thing that you could possibly do in TV, because everything's turned on its heads and soaps are quite cool at the moment. And I was only meant to be here for 3 months, and they changed my storyline to keep me, and I'm here 6 years later, so...
Well, it's all a bit very grand, isn't it? And I mean, I've been here for 18 months now, maybe just over 18 months, coming up to 2 years. And I'm sort of caught in the massive celebration of the 40th, which it's astonishing, but it's great to be involved in.
Come an anniversary, no one's prouder than a parent. So how does Tony Warren feel about his baby turning 40?
I've had great happiness from it. I've had times where it's made me unhappy, where I felt that it was a great weight on my shoulders. I've had times when I thought it was inescapable. And I've grown old coming to realise that I've got the most wonderful child. So now I'm very pleased to be the man who invented Coronation Street.
So, taking to drink now, are we?
Oh, I only wish I could, but, well, you know me, 2 sherries, and I'm not even anybody's. I mean, it just makes me a bit squiffy and slightly bilious.
What pluses has life bestowed on you, Mavis, as against the minuses of 2 Cyprus sherries making you squiffy?
Well, I've got very nice feet. I've got nicely arched insteps and long, strong toes.
That it?
Yeah.
Not a lot, is it?
No.
Oh.
Resemblance to everyday Manchester, today it may seem a little removed from modern life. It's a constructed fantasy, and that's all part of the appeal for the thousands of Kiwis who've, over the years, made the pilgrimage to kiss the Coronation Street cobblestones. There was a time when they had specific tours. They came from halfway round the world to these studios. Those tours were led, of course, by none other than Selwyn Toogood.
There it is, chaps. Ahead of us, Granada TV Studios.
The first Too Good to Be True tour took place in 1971, and the response was so positive that many more followed.
This is my 9th visit to Coronation Street, and this is the first time it's rained. In all previous tours, we've had beautiful weather, and I was able to wear my shorts.
His connections on the street made him the ideal guide, and for over a decade, Selwyn accompanied hundreds of eager Kiwi fans on their dream trip.
It's been one of the thrills of my life, and I've had quite a few.
It's been a chance in a lifetime. I just can't believe it. I really can't.
Good girl.
Selwyn possibly has the most enviable personal collection of Coro-related photos in the whole of New Zealand.
What is it about the street that appeals to you and appeals to other people, do you think?
I think because the storyline is so good, the acting is so good, and the writing is so good.
Of course, the street itself over the years has changed very, very little, but as far as the characters and the storyline go, in the past 5 years there have been major shake-ups. Some people think it's gone too far, but for most New Zealanders, the characters are still real, and we still love them.
As the decades went on, the characters changed, the clothing changed, and the situations changed as well too. I mean, look at today, you know, we've got little Sarah Louise, you know, she's hapu, you know, and she's only 13. I doubt whether you would have got that in the 60s. Definitely not, you know.
There's never been really any sex scenes. There's never really been... There has been drugs, of course, recently, and I think they have to write that in to survive. And I think they're very clever to write in modern-day things. Otherwise, I think it would have lost a little bit of shine.
Coro's got quite saucy and quite raunchy, and some of the old guard have said to me that they're a bit disappointed that it's got a bit down and dirty.
Well, I think when it succeeds, all the things that are necessary, the stories, the production values, the acting, the whole structure of it is right. It's all in harmony. I mean, occasionally the writing gets very bad, and when it gets bad, the whole thing starts to fall apart.
I think what I like most about Coronation Street is it's reliable. It's always there. I know all the characters, and very often I've been in a strange country, like when I first came to New Zealand, I didn't know anyone, but I could put Coronation Street on and I felt at home.
Speaking of home, while some may swear they've heard those two magic words uttered on the show, according to the street's official archives, not once in 40 years has New Zealand ever been mentioned. Which hardly seems fair, since a New Zealander was instrumental in building the street in 1960. Eric Price was working as a director at Granada when the idea for a specifically regional drama was first mooted. He was aware that a young Tony Warren had been working on a script.
He used to descend on my doorstep every Sunday morning so that I would criticise and help him construct this, what I thought was dreadful serial called Florizel Street. But Tony had been brought up in that area, and he'd been an actor laddie and all those sort of things. And he had a great ear for the idiom, and he knew the characters. So in the end it was decided that, you're right, we'll take one episode, because by this time he had written 12 episodes of it. And in the absence of anything else, we said, all right, well, we'll take one and do a dry run. The problem of doing a regional drama series was that up until that time, all the writers and actors had come from London because that was the base for work. So where the heck do you get writers that have got an ear for the idiom? I mean, who understands an expression, he's gone do lally? Or do you know what the BAP girls are, and ooze for pots and all those expressions? In the same way as, where do you get the actors from? But fortunately in the north there's a very strong repertory movement, which now with the advent of television virtually is dead, but it was very strong up there. So we just went looking for all the casts. The success of Coronation Street undoubtedly is the effort that went in to make it real people in real situations that you could identify with. Remember that this was a regional program made for the region. It didn't envisage it becoming national or international. Had we started the other way round and thought, OK, this is going to go international, we'd have probably done a glossy type of program which would have been totally different.
And New Zealanders will be eternally grateful that the creators did strike the right formula, thereby keeping us entertained over the decades with superlative wry northern humour.
What's that lipstick taste of?
Woman, Stanley. Woman. Marvellous news in the newspaper. Rod Stewart's getting his hair cut. And hanging could be on the way back. Would have thought your cup of joy was full.
Oh, stop being sarky. Don't become you.
I'm not being sarky, it's with genuine amazement.
You do this like this. Now you put in the number of the B&B. Right. Press that. Then when you want to ring Vera, you just press 1 and send.
Hey, it works. I've got the answer machine.
Yeah. Saves time when you're having a heart attack.
There is no doubt about it, we have always loved the idiosyncrasies and the eccentricities of this wonderful street. And we've always had this connection. Kiwis have always had this connection, as 40 years ago, one of us helped create the street. In the year 2000, another one of us helps keep the street alive. Nick Melmholt recently landed the job of script editor on Coro, right in the hub of creation.
Well, collectively, the writers have, well, all the influence, really. There's the occasional sort of veto from up on high, you know, corporate producer sort of thing. But no, it all gets decided sort of in this room.
What's your poison, Audrey?
I'll have a small G&T, Fred, please.
And a Scotch and threat, Natalie, love.
Kiwi slang is one thing, but how easy is it to grasp the vagaries of the northern vernacular?
There certainly is a sort of a unique kind of poetry, the way people talk here. And I've had to get used to how that looks on paper and how that translates to, you know, how the characters are talking. But having watched Coro Nation Street on and off for, you know, 20, 30 years, it was already sort of half in my brain anyway.
And just what does the Kiwi currently closest to it all think is the key to Coro's continuing success?
There's a group of very talented people here that work very hard, making sure they're not ripping the audience off, and they don't.
And if you had any hopes of getting your hopes in out of you, you'd best forget them. He's not going to choose mutton when he can get spring lamb.
I'm sorry, you've lost me.
He's simple enough. Bella's the one that brought me up. But this is my mum and dad.
Ma'am, did you know all this?
Of course.
You didn't tell anyone?
Discretion, as you know, girl, is my middle name.
This is hardly traditional.
Excuse me, David Bailey. Are you here to take pictures or to pick fault? So get on with it!
All of that history, all the people and all the characters and all the things that have happened over the years, it is so much a part of our lives. We love it. But you know, the good thing is, they love us too.
I just want to say hello to everybody in New Zealand and all the Coro Nation Street fans. I think it's about 2 years ago that Mark, my husband, Alan Bradley, and I came over with Helen and with Thelma. We had the most wonderful time. We made the most wonderful friends, and we knew how popular the street was, and we bless you for that.
Hello, New Zealand. It's good to know that you're with us on our 40th anniversary of Coro Nation Street. Let's hope we get another 40 years and you stay with us then. Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much for watching New Zealand. It's been 40 wonderful years, and I promise you the next 40 years are going to be even better, so keep watching.
Well, it's lovely speaking to you in New Zealand. I know we're 40 years old. I feel it actually at times, but I really can't believe when I look back and think that 40 years have gone. I gather you've been watching for about 36 of those 40 years, and you're about 6 months behind, so you're pretty well up with us.
New Zealand, 40th anniversary, it's fantastic. Thank you very much for watching and supporting the show over the years.
Everybody in New Zealand, thank you so much for your support over the last, I think, 36 years you've had it for. And watch all the 40th stuff, it's going to be fantastic, and everybody's worked really hard on it, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hello New Zealand, my name is Kevin Kennedy and I play Curly Watts. It's our 40th anniversary and I really hope you enjoy all the goodies and the surprises we've got for you over the next period of episodes. And love New Zealand, love to come back anytime.
Hello New Zealand. I'm Barbara Knox. I play Rita. I came to New Zealand a few years ago. I had a fabulous time. I loved it. And I'm glad to hear that you still love Coronation Street.
Humbada, humbada. No, I'm only joking. A message to all New Zealand.
Thanks for watching, basically.
Yeah, thanks for keeping us in your top 10 for
yeah, because if you wasn't there, then we wouldn't have been in the top 10, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
And for the letters some people send us as well, all the way from New Zealand. Thank you for
We get a lot of fan mail from New Zealand, so it's obviously quite big in New Zealand, and I hope you all received your photos signed by ourselves. Again, thanks for watching, and keep watching. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Hello New Zealand, and it's great to be a part of Coronation Street as it comes into its 40th year. Keep watching.
Take care, and when you celebrate our 40th anniversary, maybe I'll see you again then. I know.
We wish everybody in New Zealand a happy Christmas.
A very happy Christmas.
Enjoy yourself. Have a drink for us, because we'll be having one for you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mike Hosking and crew flew to Coronation Street with Cathay Pacific.